there so we can see you and get his microphone to you as quickly as possible. And once you've asked your question, if you can get it back to our member of staff so we can get as many of you in as possible. Sound good? Well, in that case, without further ado, please welcome to the stage the stars of Starship Triples, Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards, Dina Meyer, Michael Ironside, Patrick Muldoon, and Jake Busey!
Check. Kiss myself 2 times. Sorry.
How you doing?
So, first of all, thank you all so much for taking the time to talk to us here today. It's an unbelievable panel. We're so excited to have you here. I suppose our opening question was with Starship Troopers.
Sorry, musical chairs.
With,
Hello.
with musical chairs. So, with Starship Troopers, did you realise right away that this movie was going to be absolutely insane?
What?
What was the question?
Did you realise how insane this movie was going to be?
Well, you know,
we
it's
knew
Paul
the cast.
Verhoeven. If it's a Paul Verhoeven movie, you're gonna be in some kind of insanity, but it's intelligent insanity. The craziness is he's so brilliant as a filmmaker. So knowing that we've seen Verhoeven films before, and then we got to read an incredible script written by Neumeyer, so I thought it was, I thought it was great insanity.
Did anyone here ever read the original book? Then you know it's a racist right-wing bunch of bullshit, right? Paul Verhoeven, I done total recall with him, and he called up and they said, Paul wants you to do this film. And I said, well, I knew the book. My grandfather knew the author. And I said, well, can I talk to you? Paul said, okay. And I went in and I said, why are you doing this film? And he said, you're questioning me? And I said, yes. I said, you know, because Paul was raised in post-World War II Netherlands and stuff. And I said, so why? He says, all right. He says, I'm going to create a perfect world where everyone's beautiful. They're all young and physical. This architecture is beautiful. Everything's wonderful. It all works. But it's only good for killing bugs. And I literally turned. I said, all right, I'm in. Because I realized he was going to do a satire on the subject matter. The author used to be a cross-dresser. He liked to write in women's clothing. He was a little bit right of Attila the Hun. He was a racist. And he wrote a short book afterwards called Citizen's Handbook, saying, and in it stated basically that if you're not willing to kill for your country, you shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Sounds like a hell of a guy. Am I right?
Sort of guy you want to bring home to the family, you know?
Sounds well-rounded.
Wait a minute, it was a satire?
Just fly the goddamn ship.
Aye.
So, can you tell us a bit about the kind of military boot camp you all had to go through to prepare for the movie? Did anyone really excel in it? Was anyone terrible?
What?
The boot camp, it was run by Captain Dale Dye. He was he'd gone to Vietnam 3 or 4 times and got 4 Purple Hearts. And I just asked him why he didn't learn how to duck. But yes, it was intense. It was a lot of fun, and Dina and Denise were amazing. Jake and I just tried to toe the line.
They just tried to keep up with us.
Heck yeah.
Are you talking about boot camp?
Yeah, weren't you there, Pat?
Well, here's my story about boot camp. I was
Tell us,
the
we
last
all
person cast because they tried to ostracize Xander from the rest of you, right? Because I'm a lieutenant. So anyway, so I called Captain Dale Dye because you guys were in boot camp. And I said, sir, I want to go to boot camp. Why isn't anybody calling me to go to boot camp? And Captain Dale Dye said, you don't mix with those grunts, Lieutenant. You don't speak to them. They are shit, as far as you're concerned.
They don't
I
mix.
was there.
Yeah, but
No.
you were Denise Richards.
Yeah.
Captain Dale Will Die was going to be like, yes, I want Denise Richards, but not Patrick Muldoon. He's with Fleet, but Denise is with Fleet. Yeah, what's your point? I want Denise Richards there.
Oh yeah.
She insisted that she was going to be there, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I wanted to be there. Actually, our first night there, there was a blizzard, and I'll never forget Casper and Jake coming to my little tent, and then I went to their tent, and we were all snuggled together. And the studio got a little concerned because we were in this blizzard, and that was the first and last night we slept there. We ended up in the hotel after that for the rest of our boot camp because they didn't want anything to happen to us before filming.
We were supposed to be camping out for 2 weeks and have this like hardcore training with Captain Dale Die. But that first night, it was like Denise said, was this unexpected blizzard that came in. Like it was like shards of ice coming sideways into our tents that were made out of spring ponchos. And in the military, they're called hooches. You make these hooches, and you have a hooch mate. So there's two of you under one spring poncho in a blizzard with ice shards coming sideways into your tent at 2 o'clock in the morning. And that was all the studio needed to hear before they said, okay, no more camping out. You guys will stay at the hotel, and we'll just bus you in on a daily basis, and
You understand, if you guys don't know a lot about North America, this was shot in the northern Utah, South Dakota,
Casper, Wyoming.
Casper, Wyoming. No relationship. And pretty barren stuff, you know, it's pretty bleak, you know, I think it's interterrestrial looking, you know. Paul likes to have a realistic set.
Fantastic. Well, we've got a huge crowd here, so if you've got a question, please get your hands up and we'll get a microphone to you. Anyone over this side, just because the microphone's over there, up the back. And again, folks, if you can keep your hands up if you've got questions so we can try and get the microphones to you just as quickly as possible.
My question is to Michael Ironside. Out of Starship Troopers V and Sequest ESD, what was the most challenging? And did you do any stunt work, any of them?
Well, when I got my legs blown off in Starship, and that kind of pit of silica that was reflecting the sun, I don't remember doing the scene. I basically had heat prostration. I'd been in there for about an hour and a half, sun beating down on us. And I had to ask Casper my lines. I said, what am I supposed to say? And he knew I was in trouble. And every orifice in my body opened up, and I ended up in the hospital that night. It's not what they teach you in acting school, you know?
Great question. I think one at the back.
How was that difficult when you did the play in the movie?
Who are you talking to?
What did you find it difficult when you did in the play, in the movie?
What was difficult about making the movie?
Yep. So,
Yes.
Well, a lot of things.
Working with Jake Busey.
Are you meaning for Michael though? Was that directed at Michael?
I think it's just a question for the whole panel.
Well, it was exciting. It was, you know, one day we were in the desert, so one day it would be extremely hot, unbearably hot, and then at night it would be almost freezing. So we had to deal with that on top of all the other demands of doing a 14-hour day and running 5 miles every morning. Well, that was boot camp. It was a year that none of us will forget. And it was like, if you've ever been to summer camp or on a trip with a group of people and you had like a experience that you
Or a traveling circus.
bonded together, we've got that. And it's like a lifelong family now. And it's very cool. It's very great to be with these people, you know, 5-6 times a year. And that memory is alive thanks to you guys. And we get to relive that together and tell stories that sometimes the others of us haven't even heard yet. So thanks for having us here.
But getting back to the difficulties of the film, which I think you want to know about the difficulties, right? What was difficult about it? A couple of things, other than all the wonderful things that Jake just said. Those weren't the difficult things. Those are the wonderful things. Difficulty things. Bugs that weren't there, shooting them. They weren't there. We were shooting nothing. Or Paul holding a tennis ball on a stick that was 10 feet high in the air, screaming at bug, 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 bug. And they're coming toward you and you have to shoot. But it wasn't so much not just shooting something that wasn't there, but trying not to shoot the other people that were in the shot with you.
Some did get shot.
Once we shot 6 day weeks, never under a 14-hour day, a lot over that, and they'd ask us to waive our time. But he came up and said, we just broke the world record for the most ammunition fired in a film. After 2 months and 1 day, we shot for 6.5 months straight, and then 2 weeks of pickup shots. So
the budget on the ammo was just over $2.4 million. Just
to bring my other pants. And he says, yeah, Jake, no problem. I'll do that. He walks 2 steps away from me and goes, wardrobe, can you please bring a new pair of pants for Jake Busey? He needs his second pair of pants, please, and some towels. So with the 300 people we had there participating with us and our crew, it was a very nice announcement.
It was 1,400 extras,
500
Jake.
people.
Jake, it was 1,400 extras and 30 cast members and 30 stunt guys.
So you see, I deal with this the whole time.
That was a lot of people, Jake.
A lot of people that I accidentally...
And now you're telling more people that you shot yourself.
Yeah, well, I know
You
this
and
will be
Michael
a...
both shot yourself.
This is actually news to me.
Casper, this is World Wide Web here. World Wide Web, baby.
Is this a news story that we haven't heard before?
I'm new to the Jake shitting himself. I knew Michael had shot himself, but I didn't know Jake also shot himself.
I ended
did
up
not
in the
shit
hospital,
myself.
though.
I just want to be clear.
I definitely did not.
Denise? Denise did. Pat, did you
For the
shit
record,
yourself?
nobody
I peed
else.
myself, but
You peed yourself.
Some of us were committed.
Well, the set medic
Some of
came
us
and
should be
asked me-
committed.
They asked me if they could get a blood, urine, semen specimen, and I said, well, just take my pants.
Next question.
Thank you. Thanks, Jake.
Thanks for
Thank you.
asking
Good
that
night.
question. I
Jake
really appreciate
Busey.
it.
Jake Busey, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, too.
Well, that took a turn, didn't it?
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Or going.
I believe we've got another question over here.
Out of the 6 of you, who was the biggest practical joker on set between takes?
Jake was a pretty big joker. Jake?
Well,
Don't get him
let's not
again.
talk about looks right now, please.
Let's talk about the shower scene joke. That's a good joke. It's a good story.
Oh,
Go ahead.
the shower. I was thinking potato cannon, but
Oh,
shower
that's
scene's good.
Think-
I guess potato
Potato,
cannon.
potato.
Potato
Shower
cannon
scene.
You guys
wasn't
want to
really
hear
a
about
joke.
the potato cannon, or do you want to hear the joke in the shower scene? All right, let's take a vote. Raise your hand if you want to hear about the potato cannon.
Now, let's hear Dina talk
And
about
then-
the shower.
I don't want to talk about it. You're going to talk about it. The
The
shower
shower.
scene.
Go
They
for
want
the
to know the
shower.
shower
Okay.
scene.
It's the shower.
Okay.
All right, well, it started
Not
like
you,
this.
Jake, sit down. Jake, other people were in the shower, so let them tell the story.
Well, you gotta. Well, tell him. You tell him the story. Tell him what happened when Jake came to your when he came to your trailer.
No, look, listen, I was traumatized on this whole thing because Jake had come up with an idea and I went with it, but then Denise changed the whole scope of things when Paul Verhoeven came in and goes, oh, you guys are so shy, you guys are just Americans, you're so prude, you know, in America we can be naked.
Me, Dina.
Oh, Dina. Did I say Denise?
Denise wasn't in the shower
Oh, sorry. Denise wasn't in the shower scene, but Dina was. And Dina goes, oh, Paul, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? He just dropped his trowel right there. And I'm like, oh, God, no. And then Yost did it, too. And I was like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Yost
She goes,
Locano's the
But
DP.
that was. Wait a second.
and then
that-
Dina goes,
He was
sorry,
80.
Dina goes, I go, Dina, why'd you do this? She goes, I didn't know you'd do it.
I didn't think he was gonna drop his pants, but that wasn't the story. I was talking about the joke with Jake with the ding dong.
Jay came into my trailer and he goes, Casper, I got this for us. Put it on. And I look and he hands me this
Extendo penis.
14-inch long.
Dirk Diggler penis.
True to life.
True to life. I'm like, why do we have to
Extension.
wear it? He goes, just so we have 2.
It's just a
each.
mold from my last movie. Jake said here.
But that joke got ruined because of what Dina said to Paul, and then Paul dropping trowel.
Right.
And I'll never be able to get rid of that image.
I'll never be able to get rid of the image of the two of you standing there when you took your pants off with 14-inch penises.
Well, the fun, embarrassing part was after.
Then they had to take it off.
After, yeah. There you go. I need not say more.
It was a different time. Next question. Gentleman in the fez in the third row.
Okay, so this is a question for all of you. Did you expect that the film would become a cult classic when it came out?
No.
I thought it'd be a bigger hit when it first came out. He and I were sitting next to each other when we were first watching it, and I think Pat and Denise were sitting next to each other, and our reaction was like, "Oh, this is gonna be huge! Oh my God, we're so lucky that this was gonna be the new Star Wars." That's what I thought.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be a lot bigger when it first came out. We never thought it would.
That's what she said.
It's really amazing. Most
Well,
people.
I mean, after the shower scene, I just figured.
And then Denise and I were sitting. Denise was sitting next to me, and we're about 15 minutes in, and I leaned over to Denise and I said, "Oh my God, we're never gonna work again." And she goes, "Why?" And I said, "They didn't tell us it was a comedy."
This is true.
And I said to him, I said, "What do you mean it did?" Later he goes, "Cap, did you know it was a comedy?" And I go, "Yeah, I read the script." And he goes, "Oh, I only read my part."
I read the script 5 times and I still didn't understand it, so it's okay, Pat.
Thanks, guys. Feel better now.
We've got a question down in the front row here.
Hi there, it's good to see all you guys, but my question's for Jake. I don't know if you remember me from a photo shoot down in Liverpool, but this is one of my absolute favourite t-shirts.
I'll never forget you.
Clearly I'm a big fan, so I just wanted to know if you've got any roles or plans coming up.
Roles or plans? I have plans for roles. What do we got going? I don't know. I've got a movie that's called Killing Mary Sue, which is streaming right now. It's kind of the most recent thing that I've done that no one knows about. I'm putting a film together. I'm producing a movie that's a sci-fi World War II thing. But that's early in the makes. But really other than that, nothing. It's been rough. We had COVID and then a strike and then a strike and then holidays and here we are beginning
Herpes.
of
The pandemic, then your herpes.
the year. What, man?
I'm sorry.
No. So yeah, just working. Yep.
This question we've got just in the middle of. There we go, gentleman in the middle of the row.
Hi everyone. Did you have a favourite prop? Or did you keep any props or costumes? Or fake penises?
I kept a moon rock.
Jake, do you still have the fake penile in this?
Say what now?
Do you have the
She wants to know if you still have the dildos.
Did you save your dildos from Starship Troopers?
I did not save the dildos from Starship Troopers.
I did
Let
give
the
it back.
record
I did
reflect.
give it back to Jake.
Although, yeah, well, I left him in the makeup trailer. I'm sure they got used after the film. Yeah.
I kept the gun. When we weren't shooting it, they gave us a lighter one to run around with during filming. So the lighter one I did keep. And my chair with my name on it.
Me
so it was
too.
a big deal.
Yeah.
When your name is on a chair, you're actually in the movie.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I did keep that too.
Actually, to be honest, the chair is the coolest thing. Yeah, it's like a trophy for those of us that don't win Oscars. But I kept my whole. When we wrapped, I just walked straight to my truck and drove home, and I forgot to take off my whole battle suit. So I was driving down the road with the helmet and all, at night in my truck, and
Paul was behind him in the car saying,
Yeah.
"Get me back to costume."
But it recently, for those of you who live in the UK, it recently sold at auction, and it's now in a private collector's museum. He has probably half of the props from the movie at his place, so that's it's on display for people to see. So
Was it what pants Was it the hero pants or was it the number 2 pants?
They actually had a 1 in them. So now,
they were the hero.
Yeah.
So they were the soiled ones.
No, when we were filming, I was using the stunt ones.
Okay.
So yeah, no. Didn't sell the poopy pants.
Because then they would have paid more.
I was
They
concerned.
might have paid more for your
Did
DNA.
you put Visine in my coffee that night?
I didn't. I didn't even. This is all news to me, Jake. I know. But I'm gonna run with it though, 'cause I like.
Can
it.
we have a
He had the runs
non-Jake
with it.
Busey question?
Jake's poopy pants are in the museum.
Yeah. Hey, at least you're talking about me.
We've got another question over here. Again, folks, if you can keep your hands up so we can try and get the microphone to you as quick as can. Who do we have over here?
Well, you'll be happy to hear, Michael Ironside. This is a question for you. But it's not Starship Troopers related, unfortunately.
Scanners.
I was going to ask, do you know if you're coming back to play Sam Fisher in Splinter Cell at all?
No, Ubisoft, by the way, for everyone who knows, Ubi or Ubu is Parisian slang for shit. So it's soft shit, Ubisoft. They sold the project and the material to Netflix. Netflix has done an anime that I think has just finished its cycle. And they did a 5-hour miniseries with Liev Schreiber playing Sam. So, no, I won't be going back. I'm 76 years old. I'm too old to be sneaking around and lurking and shit, you know? It's a good job, though.
Great question. Do we have another one? Sir.
Yep, it's mostly for all the cast. So, Rico's Roughnecks.
Right.
So, as you're all probably aware of Helldivers 2, how do you feel about what that's done for the legacy of Starship Troopers? Because it's got more people talking about that over the last few years.
I think we all loved it. You know, people talk about Starship Troopers. I mean, we're in the movie. We're proud to be in it. It's been something that's like, there's almost not a day that goes by when I go out in public that I don't have somebody yell some quote at me at the movie. And, they'll go, "Kill them all!" And I'm like, "We're in church. Not a good idea. I wouldn't be doing that." But thank you. It's awesome, and they got more people to watch Helldivers. If they got to watch Starship Troopers because of that, it's awesome. So many of them come over and play Starship Troopers now with me when I play online. So it's fun for me to do that with them. They come up at the cons to take pictures with us. We're grateful for all of that. I love anything that gets people to see a film that's I think as intelligent as what Paul Verhoeven and Ed Neumeyer made. And also that just, it's unfortunately probably still popular because of the political climate of today, but that's just, something that, they're like, ooh, he predicted the future in a way. They've been doing that for a long time with that movie. So the movie it's got its own legs. It's spawned a lot of different video games, Halo, Gears of War, they're all around, and Helldivers 2 because of Starship Troopers. And I'm grateful that we get to be, it's because they're amazing. I love this cast. I love the crew that we had, the director and the writer. I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and it's something I think we're all grateful for, and glad that game also gets them to come see this movie.
Great question. We'll get another one up this side, and then we'll maybe try and get some over the other side of the room. You're on, sir.
Hi, I'm Matt. Thanks for coming to Aberdeen and speaking to us. I just wondered what's your thoughts about, they've been talking about maybe doing a remake, and what your thoughts would be about maybe doing that as a film or maybe as a big budget TV show that they could do over a few seasons. And who should direct it? I don't know if there's
That's a lot of fucking asking. Look, when that film was done, when Paul did it, he did it as a satire. It's meant as a satire. And the talk is about they want to redo it and be closer to the right-wing kind of fascista origins of the story. And I think that's a reflection on where the politics are in North America right now. I wish they'd just leave it the fuck alone.
If they make it and it's a satire, that'd be great. If it's like Starship Troopers, Paul Verhoeven, I think that would be awesome. I think it'd be great as a TV series. Almost got it up and running with Robert Rodriguez as a TV series a few years back, but then there was changing of the guards at Sony. There's so many politics behind the scene. So if it gets made, I hope it's I hope it's got a lot of the flavor and intelligence that Paul Verhoeven brings to a film. I would think that would be amazing, and Ed Neumeier. So, but who knows? You know, wish him the best of luck either way.
And we've got a question up the back there.
Hello, hi. First of all, welcome to Aberdeen as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. And my question is, I really love the movie. It's a real classic to me. What are some of the biggest influences on the movie, and what movies do you feel it has influenced?
Gone with the Wind.
There was a movie made by a Nazi propagandist that they got some of their inspiration from. Paul Verhoeven was a big. His family fought against the Nazis during World War II, and so they also did a propaganda of war films from different countries and stuff like that. But what was that movie? The one that journalist did for Hitler. What?
Trying for the World, Lena Workman.
Yeah.
Lena Workman. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I think he did that, but I think he was doing it in a way, the satire part of it, which unfortunately was missed in America when it first came out. And I'm glad that it's now not something that's missed, but I do think that's a reflection on the political climate today. And the hatred and the vitriol that's being used often, against people. I think humanity in general, we're usually kind to everybody, but I think that there's some people with megaphones, unfortunately, that spew, hate.
When this film came out, you got to remember that we did it, and Paul did it with a certain amount of tongue-in-cheek satire. You got people handing guns to children, want to know more, and stuff like that. You got Doogie Howser sticking his hand up a bug's ass and saying, "It's afraid," and I mean, a lot of people in North America did not get the satire. That we got, when we were doing the press release, Jake and I remember getting questions like, we were all in groups doing these press release things where they'd interview you, and they were saying, "What does it feel like to do a Nazi pro film?" And they're going, "What the fuck? Did you see the same film as us?" You know what I mean? It was very, very darkly taken. I don't think America had a sense of humor at that time. Europe had some of that at the beginning, but they caught on about 3 weeks into the run when there was a few critiques and stuff like that and reviews in the papers talking about it being a send-up on totalitarian politics and fascisto and stuff. But America was very slow. It only caught on to it now, I think, with that whole kind of Republican swing that's gone on. I'm Canadian, so I can take the piss out of America. But that whole Republican swing that's gone on in North America has allowed people to take a look at it and go, oh, and it's tongue-in-cheek. So, but when we first did the press for it, a lot of us, I don't know, I can only speak for I remember Jake and I sitting there going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Did they see the same film as us?
It was absurd.
You got Doogie Howser dressed like a Gestapo guy in a long leather coat marching around, I mean...
I thought the wardrobe looked quite smart, but...
Hugo Boss.
Next.
And we've got one over to the left here.
Yeah, me.
There you go, sir.
Hi.
The one woman to the left? Or did you say one left to the left? I said one woman to the left.
Yeah. Big fan from Norway.
Hello, Norway.
Hi. I want to thank you, and I appreciate how much you focus on how the movie has been misinterpreted by a lot of people regarding to politics, and how people don't see it.
That's not. I gotta qualify that. That really is my opinion. It's not. I don't think the producers or anyone. When I talk, it's basically my opinion of what's going on. So.
But I believe from what I saw of Paul Verhoeven's interviews that he meant to say, and as you said, from his background and everything. But do you guys experience that the wrong types of fan, I don't want to call them wrong, but the other types of fan maybe come to you misunderstanding where you're coming from, what your characters were, what you were trying to develop in the movie? And do you feel that there are more of them lately, maybe? As you said, because of the current
political situation?
I'm going to say this. I mean, Paul Verhoeven and Ed Neumeyer and the entire team, they created a movie that gets people to have discussion, to have an open discourse, whether it's right or left or Green Party or whatever it is. He's got a film that at least gives people the opportunity to discuss it on all sides, whatever they agree politically. He wasn't, he has his strong political views, he does, but he at least leaves it up to interpretations for people. And people watch his film, they go, oh wait, now it's Denise that caused the war, or it's the Mormons that caused the war, or whatever it is, they all have this. And Paul usually just lets people have their discourse. He then does come in very vehemently with his strong beliefs sometimes, but other times he just sits and enjoys, he makes something so people will have a discussion. And as long as you can have a movie where you can have an open discussion, you can go across and talk about it and claim why it's yours, whatever side you're on, I think that's an intelligent filmmaker. I think it makes it more fun that we can have a discussion, unless he's just, shoving it down your throat in a specific way.
I mean, it's interesting. I was just asking how many years ago was it? And here we are talking about it, 3 decades later? And it's 96.
Exactly.
That's what, 20 years, 30 years?
30 years.
It's 30 years ago we shot it.
So here we are 30 years later, 3 decades, still discussing, And Paul is one of those people I think really enjoys the fact that people come out of a movie and are discussing it or arguing about it or their intent and stuff like that. It's just not a popcorn film for Paul.
Although a lot of people thought it was just a popcorn film when it first came out, and they didn't. I'm gonna say over here in the UK they really got it, because when I would go down to the tubs, to the tubes and the subways and everything, they'd have these propaganda war posters that would go, "War, it's war," and I was like, "Oh my God, it's brilliant." So they really have a dark, sick, perverse sense of humor over here, and that's appreciated. They didn't really publicize it that way in America. And maybe it's seen more that way now because of the internet and people discussing it and political climates where they just get more intense or more vilified and people can just say that about the other side. It's something that is just still gets a discussion and brings on other games that get inspired by it, people that get inspired. So it's an awesome, there's a lot of pride in being a part of a film that was made like that and still discussed 30 years later from us making it. 29 from since it coming out this year.
Absolutely.
You all showed up for this, so that makes a statement on its own,
Absolutely. I think this will be the last question. So apologies if we didn't get to everyone.
That's it. You're the pressure is on. You have to make this a really good one that's gonna just. All right, good. Get a little closer to your mouth. A little closer.
You become an ordinary Scot if you answer any part of it correct. Have any of you ever seen a haggis?
Yes.
No, I think they were serving it for breakfast this morning, but I didn't look to see.
Are you going to brag about a haggis?
What?
You're going to brag about a goat stomach full of oatmeal, corn, and shit? You're going to brag about that?
Closer.
Have any of you tried it and enjoyed it?
My name's fucking Ironside, of course I have.
So that makes you an honorary Scot then?
Beg your pardon?
That makes you an honorary Scot.
No, fuck you. My grandfather's from the Shire. So fuck you. How Scots is that? Might be a little Irish too.
And Starship Troopers.
I'm vegan. Do they make it vegan?
Yes.
They do, yes.
No, it's a goat
How can they
stomach,
make a
asshole.
vegan haggis? What?
What is it wrapped in?
What the hell is it?
I don't know. I don't like it. I prefer the natural haggis.
You don't like it?
I don't try to fight vegan. I just prefer the natural haggis.
The natural. Do you think we should try it before we leave?
Yes.
Okay.
Who thinks you should try haggis?
Vegan haggis? No.
Well, on that bewildering note, that is all we've got time
Jesus,
for.
what a way to end it.
Well, thank you for having us, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Folks,
Thanks,
for having
guys.
us.
Thank you so much.
Starship
Good time.
Troopers,
Give us a round of applause.
everybody.
We are going to grab a quick picture of the cast just in front of the audience. So, folks, we're going to line up and get a picture. If we can, on the count of 3, make as much noise as possible. Folks, make some noise in the count. 3, 2, 1! Thank you, folks. Once again, a big round of applause for your Starship Troopers panel!
Thank you very much.